Very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to Sakshi Education. My name is Archana. I am your educator for Indian Constitution. Today we are going to discuss about the second part of the first chapter, that is Article 1 to 4, Territory of India. So in the last video we discussed about the Article 1, Article 2, Article 3 and Article 4, and we also understood how the states are created and what is the role of state legislature with respect to the creation or admission of new states in India. This is what we have discussed under the previous video. Today we are going to see how the states have been evolved. As we have discussed, today we do have 8 union territories and 28 states. Like how the kings, the British India got transformed to what we are seeing today. This is what we are going to learn in the second part. So let's start the lesson. And before going to the lesson, this is about my profile. I do have total 12 years of work experience, and my experience with related to UPSC is 11 years. And also I gave my group 1 interview in 2013. And I'm a triple postgraduate with LLB also and PG diploma in international humanitarian law. I do have my CS exams to be written next month, and also I'm an NCC certificate holder, C certificate holder from AWIN. So let's start off. So this is what we discussed. We have to discuss that how this when the Britishers have conquered India, this is what is the status of India, and we have to identify like how we this is being going to change. This has been changed later to this scenario, and also this is what is the overall British India we have for our understanding. You can see all the yellow color are princely states, and the red color you have them as the British provinces. This British India, once we got independence, these are being reorganized or rearranged into the new political India, which we see with today with 8 UTs and 28 states. We have to see how it has been transformed from this British India to this new political map. So let's discuss it. And this is the latest map. You can see over here the difference. You can see the difference as Ladakh. Yeah, you can see here the Ladakh is the new union territory. Jammu Kashmir is no longer a state. It is being divided into union territory. So we do have 8 UTs total. And earlier it was Jammu Kashmir. Along with Jammu Kashmir, we had 29 states. But since Jammu Kashmir is no longer a state, we do have only 28 states. So let's see how it happened. So evolution of states in India since 1947. Okay. So initially the states or presidencies, what we had were Fort William in Calcutta. Even today you can see this Fort William area. You have Fort St. George. You can see this even in Madras today also. Madras. You have Bombay Presidency. You have Awadh Presidency created in 1856. You have Central Province 1861. Central provinces later are being carved into Madhya Pradesh and all, which you see in 1861. And next you have Assam. In the year 1874. After that, we do have Northwest Frontier Province in the year 1901. Bengal Partition 1905. Bihar separated from Bengal in the year 1921. Please keep this in mind. That is the reason you have linguistic similarities, linguistic, cultural similarities between the Bihar people and the Bengal people. And also you do have even Odisha also. Odisha people also share some similar linguistic and cultural similarities with, the Bengal. And also you have Sindh and Orissa provinces. Sindh and Orissa provinces were created in the year 1937. Now all these provinces, they were carved out into states. They were carved out into states. So when we got independence in 1947, we have 12 governor provinces, means those provinces which are under the control of governor, and also we had six, six chief commissioner provinces. Six chief commissioner provinces, and this chief commissioner is like more of like lieutenant governor, like how you have for now the union territories, like how you have governor, lieutenant governor. Likewise, you had six commissioner provinces also, chief commissioner provinces. Okay, so in 1947 we had the 12 governor provinces and six chief provinces. However, after 1947, what happened is this northwest frontier as well as Sindh. Let me change. The northwest frontier and Sindh got merged into Pakistan. The Punjab province got divided between Pakistan and India. And you have Bengal province. Same way, it is also being divided into East Pakistan and it is shared between India, and also Balochistan, which got merged with Pakistan. Very, 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 very important, because you find this in newspaper, current affairs mein dikhti hai aapko. You can find it out in current affairs. The Balochistan people are trying to liberate themselves from Pakistan and they are seeking the support of India. Now, India is actually, we won't say it openly, but India is ready for, supporting Balochistan in its freedom movement. Remember, we are the people who liberated the East Pakistan into Bangladesh. We all knew this. We have 1971 Liberation War, where East Pakistan got changed into Bangladesh. The same way, when to put a check to Pakistan, we are actually trying to, support the Balochistan, though it is not officially there, but still, behind the screen, Balochistan leaders are always in favor of India. They always seek the support of India, and India is also sympathetic towards Balochistan. Okay. Now, India, when we all this 562 princely states, means, see, initially whatever the provinces we have, all were carved out of 562 princely states. Now, these 562 princely states were divided into 4 groups called as ABCD states. Now, what are these ABCD states? We will see now. So again, I repeat, when independent India came, we had 562 princely states, and this 562 princely states were divided into 4 states. One is state A, second one is state B, third one is state C, or I would say party. We'll say party. Part A, Part B states, Part B C states, and Part D states. Now, what are those under Part A? Part A, we do have 9 states. Now, this Part A states are ruled by governor, and so they are called as governor provinces. They are directly ruled by governor, and so they call it as governor provinces. What all the states are covered under Part A? We have Assam, Bihar, Bombay, Madhya Pradesh, Madras, Orissa, Punjab, United Province, and also we had West Bengal. Okay, so we have a total of 9 states under Part A, which are called as governor provinces because they are directly ruled by governor. Part B also we do have 9 states. Now these are called as princely states. Princely states because they are ruled by whom? The king. What are those states? What are those states? Is we have Hyderabad. Next we have Madhya Bharat. We have Mysore. I'm sorry. Mysore. We also have Patiala, Rajasthan, Saurashtra, Travancore, and Cochin. We have Vindhya Pradesh. Vindhya Pradesh. Vindhyas, you know, right? Vindhya mountains, the Vindhya Pradesh. And you have Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. Now we have Part C states, which are of total 10. This Part C states, it's a combo. It's more like princely. Plus, you will have the chief commissioner also. Chief commissioner. Okay, it's a blended one. It's princely as well as the commissioner also will be there. The British one also will be there. Examples. What are those states? Are Ajmer, Bhopal, Bilaspur, Kutch Bihar, Coorg. You have Delhi, Himachal Pradesh, Kutch, Manipur, and the last one is Tripura. Okay, Tripura. And part of these states, we do have only one state, which is again under the control of chief commissioner. Okay, more of like lieutenant governor. And the only one state which was under Part D was Andaman Nicobar Islands. See, CAN scanner is no longer available, so I just can't scan it from the textbook of this list and all. So I thought, let me write it down. That's better. Okay, you all knew that, right? The apps are being banned and CAN scanner is also gone, right? So you have to understand that the 562 states, 562 princely states were being divided into this Part A, Part B, Part C, and Part D. Part A states are those states which are under the governor rule called as governor provinces. Part B states are nothing but princely states which are ruled by the king. Part C states, we have 10 states which is a blend of both princely states as well as chief commissioner. Part D states are also under the chief commissioner. Right? Now this Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D all got reorganized and they were rearranged into what we are seeing today. Okay. So do you find any of these states now like this way? No, we don't find, right? We see the new states like how they have been formed. This is what we will be discussing under the topic called as reorganization of states. So put the heading reorganization of the states. So reorganization of states. The main purpose here is we will change this Part A, Part B, Part C into the new India, what we are seeing today. New India in 2020, whatever the 8 UTs and 28 states. Now, reorganization of states. When there was a proposal to reorganize the states, there was a confusion like how we have to do, how we are going to reorganize the states, on what basis we have to change these states. The reorganization of the states was proposed to be done based on language, linguistic basis. Okay, and the demand for reorganization of linguistic states based on linguistic basis was first proposed in INC meeting happened in 1921. This is the first demand for reorganization of states on language basis, linguistic states. So the first demand for linguistic states was done in 1921 in the INC meeting, that is Indian National Congress meeting. You have to know that key here, INC, Indian National Congress, was started off in the year 1885, and every year they used to conduct a meeting. It's like how you have annual meeting in your college or school. Likewise, they have an annual meeting every year conducted. So when you go for modern India, when you learn modern India, you have to see the years and you have to identify the uniqueness of that year. Okay, that is important because in UPSC or in Group 1 exam or any other examinations, they may ask you what is the provenance of so and so meeting. So make sure that you are following that part also, the INC meetings. Please don't ignore. You have to go through that all the meetings that were conducted by INC. And when you refer anyways, the specialty will be written. Please make a note and multiple times focus on that. Right? So you have 1921, the first demand for linguistic states. Next, 1928, Nehru report. 1928, Nehru report also he was also favoring for linguistic states. Remember this. Okay. And this report was made in challenge to Simon Commission. This report was made in challenge to Simon Commission, who was not ready to divide the states. So he proposed that the states need to be reorganized based on language. And in 1929, Simon Commission favored, reorganize, linguistic states. He was also okay with the division of India based on or division of then British India, because 1929 they don't have any idea when they are going to get independence and all. So they thought of dividing India, the British India, based on the language, that is linguistic states. In 1927, 1937, and 1938, in all these 3 years, INC still favored the linguistic states. INC was in favor of the linguistic states. INC was in favor of linguistic states. Right? Now, after independence, in the year 1948, Government of India appointed Linguistic State Commission. Government of India appointed Linguistic State Commission. Now, what is this commission? Who is the head? What are its recommendations? We need to see. Okay. So, put the heading Linguistic State Commission. Linguistic State Commission. And this commission was headed by Dhar. Means the chairman was the Dhar. However, he is not in favor of linguistic states. He was against the concept of linguistic states. However, this commission recommended the division of states for administrative purpose. But not based on language. Please remember, Linguistic State Commission, which was appointed in the year 1948, it favored for division of states not based on language, but for administrative purpose. However, in the same year, this is 1948, right? In the same year, 1948 December, JVP committee was appointed. JVP committee was appointed. What do you mean by JVP? Jawaharlal Nehru, Lama, Vallabhbhai Patel, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and also you have Pattabhi Ramaiah. JVP committee. And this committee, this particular committee, they are also not in favor of linguistic states. See, the same Nehru who supported, I'm not pointing out Nehru and all, please don't take personally. Before independence, the same, the INC demanded for linguistic states. When they were talking about it on the paper, they could speak, but when it comes to practical situation, it was little hard for them to work for that. So JVP committee was also not in favor of linguistic states. Okay. However, they also work for, they also work for the separation of states based on administration purpose. Now see this here. When these committees are happening on the side, what happened is two events happened. One is from the Nizam under the Operation Polo incident, from the Nizam territory, Telugu speaking areas were separated and were named as Hyderabad state. Telugu speaking areas were given freedom and they were separated from the Nizam territory, and a new separated area based on language called as Hyderabad state was separated. At the same time, not at the same time, after a few years in 1953, you all should know that Madras presidency. When I say Madras presidency, Madras comprises of Tamil Nadu, you have Andhra, you have some parts of, some very little parts of Orissa, not completely, a little. The border areas of Andhra and Orissa were part of this Madras presidency. In 1953, this Madras presidency got separated, and so Andhra state was carved out of Madras presidency. Means from Madras presidency, Andhra state was formed. Okay. And this Andhra state is also separated based on language, that is Telugu speaking areas. The Telugu speaking areas of the Madras presidency were also separated, named as Andhra state. And from the Nizam territory, the Telugu speaking areas were separated, called as Hyderabad state. See, the Nizam territory comprises of, the Maratha speaking areas as well as the Carnatic border speaking areas and Telugu anyways. But the Telugu speaking areas were separated and the Hyderabad state was formed. In future, fast forward, what happens, this Hyderabad state and this Andhra state will be combined together, which we will learn now. So what happened is, I hope you are making a note. In 1953, December 29, SRC was constituted. What is SRC? State Reorganization Commission. This is the first SRC being constituted in the year 1953, December 29. Now this committee, this first state reorganization committee, chairman was Fazal Ali. The members are K.M. Hanikar and H.N. Kunjuru. And this particular committee has given its report in 1955. Report was submitted in 1955. Now, what is mentioned in the report? What are the key points of the report? First point is, this particular committee recommended for abolishing Part A, Part B, Part C, D and states. The first important point is, this particular commission recommended for abolition of Part A, B, C, D states. It also emphasized on giving equal it mentioned that one language is not viable. It's not a possible principle. A, Part B, Part C, Part D said that 16 states and 3 UTs only need to be created. And the same first state reorganization commission only has mentioned that the Telugu speaking Hyderabad state and the Telugu speaking Andhra state to be combined, to be joined, to create a new state called as Andhra Pradesh. So this commission has given the recommendation that the Telugu speaking areas Hyderabad and Andhra need to be formed a new state called as Andhra Pradesh. Now based on these recommendations only, based on this Fazal Ali committee recommendations, or I will say first SRC report, okay, which started implementing on Jan 16th, 1956, okay, and in June 1956, 7th Constitutional Amendment Act was made. This 7th Constitutional Amendment Act has abolished A, B, C, D classification of states. A, B, C, D classification of states, and gave recommendation score. Or instead of 29, instead of this 16 states and 3 UTs. Please remember, I told you that 16 states and 3 UTs need to be created as per the recommendations of Fazal Ali Committee. In practical scenario, they have gone for creation of 14 and 6 UTs. How many actually were recommended? 16 states and 3 UTs, but it was changed to, but it was created only 14 states and 6 UTs. Okay. Likewise, based on the first SRC committee recommendations, the first linguistic state formed was Andhra Pradesh on November 1st, 1956. Okay. So November 1st, 1956, the first linguistic state was created in India called as Andhra Pradesh based on the first SRC committee recommendations. Okay. So you have to understand that by 1956, a sum of a total of 14 states and 14 states and 6 UTs were created. When you check the Lakshmikant book, please refer Lakshmikant book. In that Lakshmikant book, you will have the list of these 14 states and 6 UTs. Okay, so one shot, based on the first SRC committee recommendations, 14 states and 6 UTs were created. Out of this 14 states, the first state or the first linguistic state was formed in India is Andhra Pradesh on November 1st, 1956. So till 1956, what we had here, you have to understand the conclusion that till 1956, a sum of 14 states and 6 UTs were created. So from 1947 till 1956, how the states have evolved, this is nothing but the first phase of states creation in India. Now we have to see what happened after 1956 also. Okay, so that is the next phase, right? I hope you understood. So again I repeat, we have the committee recommendations, the SRC committee recommendations, which has recommended for creation of 16 states and 3 UTs. However, the committee recommendations made to create only 14 states and Dadar and Nagar Haveli created in 1961 by 10th Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay, next. Goa. Here, Goa in the year, it has two phases. One is in 1962, it was a union territory, and again in 1987, it got promoted from UT to state. Now, this Goa created as union territory by 12th Constitutional Amendment. Okay, next you have Daman and Diu. Daman created in the year 1961. You have Puducherry created in 1954. Okay. However, it was converted into UT. It was converted into UT in the year 1962 by 14th Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay. Next, you have Nagaland created in 1963. Haryana, Chandigarh. Means the Punjab province was divided into Haryana and Chandigarh in the year 1966. However, Haryana was declared as a state, Chandigarh was declared as UT, and Himachal Pradesh in 1971. It was Union Territory. It was Union Territory, and immediately it got promoted in the same year. It got promoted as state. Initially, they have taken Himachal Pradesh as UT only, but later they changed it into state. And next you have Manipur, created in 1972. You have Tripura, created in the same 1972, which is the 20th state. You have Meghalaya, created in 1972 as 21st state. Sikkim, very important. 1974 was recognized as 22nd state, and that too it has been given 22nd state. It was accorded the 22nd state through 35th Constitutional Amendment Act by amending the Constitution by 35th Constitutional Amendment Act 1974. Sikkim was actually promoted as a state for India. Next, you have Mizoram, created in the year 1987, 23rd state. You have Arunachal Pradesh 1987, Arunachal Pradesh 1987, 24th state. And we all knew Goa was created, in 1987 as 25th state. Chhattisgarh was created in 2000 as 26th state. You have Uttarakhand, carved out of Uttar Pradesh in 2000 as 27th state. And you have Jharkhand, carved in 2000 as 28th state. 2014, 29th state. Telangana from Andhra was separated and it was given 29th state. However, in 2019, the Jammu Kashmir status was removed and we have only as of now 28 states only in 2020. Jammu Kashmir is no longer a state. This is what you have to understand. Okay, so that is how we see the new states or union territories formed in India after 1956. Here, we need to discuss about Sikkim, the specialty of Sikkim. See, Sikkim is Let me know. Yeah, the specialty of Sikkim is Sikkim is a buffer state between India and China. Okay, it's always a strategic position. Sikkim is always a very strategic position because it is, a buffer state between India and China. So any domination over this area will immediately affect India. Will make the foreign conquest, the Chinese conquest on India will become very easy because it is close to the chicken neck, which actually connects India and as well as the northeast. If you Google, you will find the image. Since I cannot show you here, you can check it. So Sikkim is a very strategic state. Initially, Sikkim was a king state only. It's a kingship. It's like a princely state only. It's a princely state only, and it was under the control of Chogyal till 1947. The king name is Chogyal till 1947. However, when we got independence, Sikkim requested India to be protectorate. India became protectorate. India became protectorate to Sikkim. Means Sikkim will function independently, but matters of foreign affairs, defense, and all will be taken care by India only. Means Sikkim was given more of associated state cadre in India. So Sikkim will function independently, but India will be supervising it. So Chogyal has given this status to Sikkim. He requested the Indian government, and Indian government and Chogyal have gone under an MOU, and they both have signed this. Now, in 1974, what happened is Sikkim was given full recognition, called as full recognition, means no longer Sikkim is an associate state. It became a full partner of India as the status, as the promotion was given as state, 22nd state. For this, they have amended the constitution. 35th Constitutional Amendment Act has cancelled the associated state status of Sikkim and was given a complete statehood to Sikkim. Before doing this, please understand this, that a referendum was conducted in Sikkim. Referendum was conducted in Sikkim, and people demanded for abolition of Chogyal. Chogyal means kingship. They abolition of kingship, and that's how Sikkim has become part of India, complete India. So as on today, by 35th Constitutional Amendment Act, the associated state recognition of Sikkim was cancelled, and by 36th Constitutional Amendment Act, Sikkim was given full state recognition. 35th actually cancelled the associated state recognition. 36th gave the full state recognition to Sikkim, and Article 2 capital A, which is about special status to Sikkim, was also repealed. And according to this 36th Constitutional Amendment Act, Article 371 capital F, which will provide special administration to Sikkim, was incorporated. The importance of Sikkim is not because it's because it is in a very special area. Topography, geographically, terrainally, it's a very important part to India because it is a buffer state between India and China. So anything, if it messes up with Sikkim, it affects India. It is easy to get into India. That is the reason the border strategy, the border policies, what we have, That is the reason the current government is focusing so much on, Northeast, is because Northeast is one of the most vulnerable border areas for us, keeping in mind the Chinese batch. So since the Chinese are always they aspire for becoming the world conquerors, they'll check the vulnerable areas, and that is where they'll go for hitting up. Like they'll create unrest. They intentionally will fund all the unrest movements in the state, and that is how they will create disturbances within the state. If North is turmoiling with any differences, it will affect the whole India, please. That is the reason Government of India for the last 5 years, it is emphasizing so much on Northeast. They are doing so many infrastructure projects. They are going for increasing the railway connectivity. They are making sure the mainland India and the Northeast India is having frequent movement. That is what why they are doing is to improve the people to people relationship between India and the Northeast, the mainland India and the Northeast India, to create that oneness and uniqueness. Even with us also, some of us they do have a problem. They are not able to segregate who are the Northeast and the Chinese people, and they bully them. This is a recent situation happening up that most of the mainland Indians are they are bullying the Northeast people, which is a point of concern. They are Northeast people, the Arunachal Pradesh. You can call Manipur, Tripura, Sikkim and all. Though they seems to be like Chinese, they are not at all Chinese. Please, 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 you have to get this point. The Northeast India is a very strategic position for us. So you cannot create that difference among those people that they are different and we are different. You cannot do that. Nowadays, it has become very unfortunate thing that many people are bullying the Northeast students as they are showing that racism and all. No, we cannot do that. Please understand that the Northeast is very, very, very important for India's unitedness, the vast nation. If you want, we need to make sure that the country is in peace. For that only, we have to protect those border areas and the Northeast. If you check, please go back after the class. Please go back and check your map or atlas. Check the locations. You'll see how sensitive those areas are. Okay, and that's the reason constantly the government will be watching those areas, because we will be losing our lands. That is a problem. They will be coming inside. The Chinese conquerors will penetrate into Indian subcontinent, which we don't want to happen. That is the reason, very strategically, with a great vision in 1947 itself, the King Chogyal has surrendered, not surrendered, I should say. He has gone for the support of India, and he has made the Sikkim an associate state of India. And we also guarded the same way. We reciprocated the same way. We have taken care of Sikkim till 1974 as an associate state, and then later we have given it a complete state, and we integrated ourselves, China and Sikkim, into India. This is what you have to understand. So till now, what you have understood is like how the states have been evolved from 567 princely states to A, B, C, D states, till 14 states and 6 UTs until 1956. After 1956, this is what the story that has gone, as that has happened. Now we'll see how the names have been changed, in which years the names have been changed also. As I told you, why you have to focus even in the changing of names is because creation of a new state or admission of a new state means you will be even changing the names, altering the borders also will be considered as the creation of states. So let's see how the changes of names, the states and cities happen. United Province was changed as Uttar Pradesh in the year 1950. Madras was changed as Tamil Nadu in the year 1969, and Mysore was changed as Karnataka in 1973. Lakkadevi, Minicoy, and Amindivi Islands have been changed into, they were renamed as Lakshadweep, in 1973 only. And the Union Territory of Delhi was renamed as National Capital Territory of in 1992 by 69th Constitutional Amendment Act. Uttaranchal, later created as Uttarakhand, was renamed as Uttarakhand in the year 2006. And Pondicherry was changed to Puducherry again in 2000. These are all the some of the changes of the states and UTs post independence that happened in India. Right? So, and now, apart from this, see in mains, what they will ask you is in mains, the kind of you'll not get a single question in prelims from this. However, if you are writing any other examinations like SC, SSC, or other examinations where GK is having very less weight, there you will have a direct bit kind of questions. But for UPSC and Group 1, the questions will not be from which year and all. They'll ask you what are the challenges of creating small states. Do you really think small states are required for successful administration or better policy implementation? These kind of questions you can expect in mains. Okay, so it is about analyzing. It is not about asking you the years and all. However, as of now in India today, we do have so much of demand for many other states. You can see the list over here. You can see the list over here. Harita Pradesh you have here. Bundelkhand here. This is Bundelkhand. Purvanchal here. This is Purvanchal in Uttar Pradesh only. Uttar Pradesh is very big state, so there were demands for small number of states because for the end mile connectivity, or I could say the development at the root level. Okay. And you have demand for Kuch Behar here in this area. It's a border with Nepal. And Mithanchal, it is also again in Bihar, Mithanchal. Okay. You have Gorkha land. This is a very, very important part for us. Gorkha land, Bodo land. Yes, we have this. See, the more unrest. Anyways, we are seeing the map here. See here. The more unrest in these areas, what happens is will create tensions to us. Bhutan. Okay. So the more tensions in these borders, any tension inside, if people are facing, if people are being poked, or if people are raging against the Union of India, what happens is obviously this northeast will get disconnected from mainland India, which we don't want to happen. That is the reason this particular area you can see, this particular area is becoming very strategic to us, very 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 strategic. Okay. However, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, the proximity is less with regards to the political instability or international instability. But this area is very prone, very very prone and very vulnerable. That is the reason we are focusing so much on northeast. And in examination also, you will not have question paper without question on northeast also. Okay, definitely UPSC mains, there will be a mandate insisting on northeast questions. Okay, so it's not just about UPSC, it's for general knowledge also. You have to understand that northeast plays an important role is because of this reason. We just can't break the connection, we have to hold that part. And also you have many other demands like Kargil Angula, North Nachar Hills, Vidarbha. This is also becoming very very big. It's a part of Maharashtra, very big, huge demand is going on. Telangana anyways is being completed, and Rayalaseema, yes, this demand also was there. Hopefully we expect that it should not go in a serious mode. And 13th Coorg also you have a demand. This is the area Coorg, very beautiful area for tourism and all. And the 14th Saurashtra, part of Gujarat. This area is also having a request for new states. So for mains only, you can expect questions like what are the benefits of small states, and or they may ask you the policy implementation possibility. policy implementation possibility. How is it going to happen in new states? This is what you will be expecting in mains. But prelims, it is more of like knowledge rather than you won't be getting questions. It's more of like knowledge. That is what is about today's lesson. So till now, what we all have completed is, let me do a small recap for your understanding. We discussed about salient features of Indian Constitution. Those who haven't will watch, you can watch the previous videos. And we also have completed preamble. And today we have completed Article 1 to 4, Part 1, that is India and its territory. In the next class, we will have the next session is Article 5 to 11, Part 2, where we will be discussing about citizenship. Okay, so please let us know our feedback, your feedback. We would be happy, and also whether you are comfortable in going with English or not. Any other concerns, please let me know. We will be very happy, and you can follow me in Instagram. My ID is Archana_ambitious, or you can follow my page called as UPSC Happy Hour with Archana. I have these two IDs in my Insta. You can follow you can follow any one of them, and you can ask us questions. I'll be happy helping you. That's all for today. Thank you so much. Wish you a great day, and Jai Hind.